So let me do a quick update on the incubator. Have you seen how we built this thing? See how we all put it all together? We have the Herbstat 2 running everything. We have a heating element, a 6-inch stovetop heating element that's tucked away in the inside there. I'm going to show you all that in a minute. I know in the video build that I didn't show that part, but we have our probes there, humidity probe and temperature probe. We have the tube for the fogger that comes in here, and then the fogger sits down in the bottom. We have our wiring box. All the wires come in here, power source, and then they run up through a chase on the inside and go up into the top here. I'm fixing to pull this panel off and let y'all see what that looks like inside. After we built it, we decided to take this little light switch out. We're going to take this light switch out and we're going to put it up top here beside the Herbstat. That way we can turn the light on and off from the outside and we don't have to open up the door. We thought about that afterwards. So that's what I'm doing now, and which is good. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Which is good because it allows me to show y'all what the wiring and stuff in the heating 6-inch stovetop heating element looks like on the inside here. So let me take this off. As you can see, all of our wires and stuff are inside here. But that's what we have on the inside. There's the stovetop heating element, 6-inch stovetop heating element. And we have it inside of the little canister deal, like you go one to a stove, and then it's got the actual plug. You can't really see it that great. Let me see if I can get in here for a close-up. Bear with me for a second. But basically there's the plug. We basically hooked it up just like that. There it is, 6-inch stovetop heating element with the actual plug. Then it comes and gets wired into all the wiring that we have here. As you can see, this thing's been running for about 4-5 days now. I just shut it off to change the switch around. There's no condensation up top here. There's no condensation on the wiring or anything in here. We do have some condensation inside of the actual incubator. At the bottom you can see, I don't know, there's a couple puddles of water right there. And then you have some that's around the door right here. But other than that, everything else is clean and dry. There's no condensation inside here other than on the bottom and around the doors. There's no condensation up here where the heating element is at or the fan or anything. We also added a thermostat with an exhaust fan. Okay, and that's just to pull out any residual heat that builds up inside. So basically once this thermostat gets to 90 degrees, it kicks on the exhaust fan down here. And on the back side, bear with me for a second here, I'm all over the place today, I know. But on the back side, we basically just took a vent dryer cover. Took a vent dryer cover, painted it black, and that's what that looks like. Just basically bolted it to the outside. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. Because it's black, it's not going to show up very good. But basically that's what we did. Painted it black to match. So when it comes on, the fan blower blows this flaps open. And there's the fan, blows the flaps open. So, like I said, we added that because we seen some residual heat building up in there, and we didn't like that. Get upwards of 91, 92 degrees, so we added the exhaust fan in there, and it works pretty good. Once this thing's running, like I said, we get it, turn it on, everything works good. Keeps the temperatures between 88 and 90. The relative humidity stays around 94%. So that's the little update on our build here. And stuff that we're changing around here. Like I said, I'm fixing to take this light plug out and put it up top here so we can turn the light on and off from the outside and don't have to open the door. But there you go. Like I said, I forgot to show y'all what the top part of it looked like with the heating element, stovetop heating element. And it works good. We did have some concerns with power consumption and everything. I've tested it out and whatnot, and basically it's not really the best at energy savings with the setup that we have here. When we first kick it on, everything's running to get the temperatures and everything up. It runs for probably about an hour, maybe 2 hours before everything levels off, and it's pulling about 500 watts. So that's equal to about 5 100-watt light bulbs. And then after that, it drops down to about 60 watts. So it's about a 60-watt light bulb running all day. So and then the fogger comes on. So once it gets equalized out, I'll say roughly guesstimating that it pulls probably about 100 watts per hour, equivalent to running a 100-watt light bulb all day long. So well, there you have it. Alright, so that's where the switch ended up going. That's what it looks like. Put the switch there. We took it from that spot right there. I just put a little piece of tape over it. But that's where that ended up going. And while I'm at it, I'll do an update. If you check out on the YouTube channel here on our videos, you'll see we did our record keeping with QR codes. That's basically how we end up doing our cards for all of our snakes. Check out our video on how to do that, where you can just scan the card and keep records on your snakes. Pretty easy. There's Buddy right there. But like I said, you can check out our video on how we put together the program to use QR codes to scan and enter records in for our snakes using Google Sheets. So check that video out. It's pretty nice. Like I said, it's the audio is kind of jacked up a little bit. I'm sorry about that. I tried to fix it, but it wouldn't go. But if you can stand through the jacked up audio part of it, you'll see how I give full instructions on how to go through and get your QR codes for free for each of your snakes, and how to set up the forms to fill out that goes to a spreadsheet for each of your snakes. So check it out, man.